Yeah, just up this morning, just wanted to share a couple of thoughts with you to start your week. Take this through the week. When we come back next Monday, we'll talk about it, what we're talking about today. I want to talk about today is the fuck around. The fuck around. I got this from a business owner, an indigenous business owner. And these people gonna really have to start taking our caps off to them because it's a lot of brothers and sisters out there doing some incredible stuff and they don't even have the damn resources. So this is how you can tell with a lot of us what people use us for. We have we can do a whole bunch of shit, but we don't do it because we like to fuck around. And I got this quote from one of these business owners. I was I'm just so happy walking by her shop when she's getting off, and in the middle of the parking lot it's a whole bunch, it's a whole bunch of trash, but the trash look like it was just set there. It didn't look like, if a car drove by and threw a bag out of the window. It looked like somebody had actually put just to um mess up her, parking lot or whatever. And I caught her coming out of the store. You can tell she had a hectic day coming out, still working, saw the mess in the parking lot, smiled, and started to clean up. So I come up on her, ma'am, you need some help. I'll get it. And she was like, thank you. And I'm like, what? You know, she had a wellness center. And she's like, brother, I'm just trying to get us well, man. I'm just trying to get us well. I knew exactly what she was saying. I said, well, what seems to be the problem, ma'am? She goes, niggas just fuck around too much. Point blank. It's something when you get the truth from sisters, it sound more like the truth than when you hear it from brothers, because all brothers do is lie. The people that you call brothers, these names and these titles that you put on each other, making you think you're what the title is. And when you ask the African American, when you ask the Negro, what is the language of your people? I don't know. You don't know. And that's why a lot of people are finding themselves trying to get into these wellness centers and clean themselves off because Negro have been affected with something way more sinister than COVID. It makes COVID, they just population reducing you. What the so-called African American, what the so-called black, what the so-called all these names you put on yourself is something that somebody told you that's how it's gonna be, and you just accepted it, right? That's how you're trained. Once you're trained, it's like you're training an animal. Once you train it what to do, and just let it go, it's gonna do that. This is why you have a lot of the confusion in the community, and this is what this sister broke out mentally. She said, "We just like to look at, sickness and illness physically. My stomach hurt, I broke my leg, I just had surgery, blah, blah, blah. But mentally and spiritually, the average person hasn't don't know anything about themselves. I meet them every day. You have to still be firm with these cats because these cats know. All these Negroes know. They know. They just pretend like they know so they don't have to deal with it. We're all gonna have to deal with it because if you think this is bad for your children, what they doing on the first in Chicago, they doing something with the law. It's just gonna make it easier for motherfuckers to rape. That's all they're doing. And you know it. You go some of these, what other sectors of the community, they're using you as whatever they're teaching, you're the enemy. This is all of them. All of them. Now, the majority of people are not with it. Don't get me wrong. Most people want to do the right thing. They want to, keep life flowing. Not them. The elements that have been set in your midst amongst yourselves. Watch them. The influencers who are influencing. Watch them. What you're being told and what's being passed to you when you get in your car, drive to work, what's being told to you, what are coming through those waves. Are you listening to it? Do it has any meaning to your life? What you say? Yesterday, I got a chance to watch a young man compose a little musical bit. I never seen that before. This young man plays in the band. Kudos out to you, Joshua. This man plays in a band. I mean, like 13 years old, 14. Shit, he over 6 feet tall. So shit, I don't know how old he is, but he's a young man and he composes a piece of music. And I thought it was cool. So that's what I mean. We all got powers. We all got certain things we can do. We all know certain things. All you're used for, all the black man is used for, is like you would use a piece of coal. If you ever seen a piece of coal, what does the coal look like? The first, the first thing somebody gonna say is it's black. Okay, now show me a man or woman that color. And then that dumb look comes on their face. Oh, what are you talking about? You call yourself that, that's what you'll be. And that's what other people use you for, your energy. Uh, don't you use the coal for its energy to burn it, to keep you want to make light, to keep you warm? When you call yourself that, you're putting yourself in that position to be that to somebody else. This is how you're stripped of your resources. This is how you're stripped of your resource. Well, this is how you give your resources away. Let me make that right, because you give it away by willingly being ignorant. You don't care. You don't care what nobody say. You gonna do what the fuck you want to do. God damn it. Ah. And not knowing that on this planet, there's certain laws that you have to do. Certain spiritual laws, what you can call them metaphysical. There's nothing physical because you're not physical. You're really not. You animate the physical, right? Ain't that what you be doing in the churches, jumping around, getting the spirit? That can't be named. That can't be pinpointed. That doesn't have a name. That's what is, and that's who you are. Everybody. What that movie when they say, "Give me everyone." What do you mean everyone? Everyone. Remember that? Everybody. Everybody. People just take you, name you, put a name, put a jacket and a hat on you, call you that, make you bring them your energy. Isn't that how it goes? Isn't that how it goes? Somebody tell you everything you know, you've gotten it from somebody else. Not, a whole bunch of stuff is passed down through family, but most things you do, you got it so bad that you celebrate the new year in the dead of winter. Those people who do that, people who all off grid, they all out of seasons. They got these shines eating seedless watermelon now, huh? If it has no seed, what minerals in it is going to make you grow? It has no minerals in it because it has no seeds. They just make you buy it by controlling your mind. I don't want to think. I don't, whatever. And you're gonna have to come to the realization sooner that at least 50% of the population that's giving away too much energy, y'all. Because I'll say 50% just to, you know, not to cause no ruckus, but the mental, what the so-called African American community knows, especially about himself, is below par, right or wrong, right or wrong. If you look at every species on the planet, human included, check out what they do and compare yourselves with those. I don't care if it's ants, birds, whatever species, lions, whatever, monkeys, whatever. Go to those places and just study the whole clock of nature, because you're a part of it. But somebody has you calling yourself. I mean, you got Negroes walking around here doing things people were doing and they never even met them. They just read about them. Somebody told them about them. Always trying to be, if you notice the so-called black people, because remember what I told you, black, they're not black, but they worship that. They try to make think things black beautiful. You use black. Is black isn't that pretty and nice and all that doesn't apply to the word black. It doesn't have anything to do with that. A person can't be you never seen one. You can go on the equator, the hottest point on the equator, and get that person and they won't be black. They're probably purple, deep purple or something like that, but they're not black. And so this is what I mean. These spectrums, this ultraviolet spectrum, being able to see beyond what's in front of us, being able to see not what's in front of us, being able to see not what's in front of us. How are those skills amongst the people who the whole world is invading on right now? How are those skills amongst those people? J.T. Smith says they are destitute. They are void of light knowledge. Let's take what he says. So if you're gonna the whole group of people, this whole swath of people that are labeled black, African American, Negro, their parents were, their grandparents, their everybody was, their friends, their sisters, their girl, their boyfriend, everybody. What are they doing while all this is happening on their land? Hmm? You have people coming from places, maybe you don't know why these people are fleeing their homes. You don't know why these people are fleeing their homes. We have no, well, I don't care about that. The game coming on. What percentage would you say when this brother say they are destitute, void of light? What percentage of those African American, black, colored, Negro, blah, 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 what percentage of them are destitute and void of light? So this is how you look at it, so you know how to position yourself, because you're going to have to take on other certain responsibilities because they're just not being met. They're not being met. So the lady I was talking about, the lady that has the wellness center, she just started. She's getting a community well, and the stories that are told will blow you away. The story, what's most of these people are carrying on them are demons. Seriously, they're real. Oh, they're real. And the people care. I mean, it's in the food. I everybody knows that. It's through the waves, it's through the sounds. You don't hear no natural sounds. Noise. It's in the air. I know you smell it. It's in the water. Come on. You think Jackson, Mississippi and Flint, Michigan are the only places that they got water problems? Or do you think the city that you in got magical iron pipes, dug up all the iron pipes where you live and changed them. That's what you think. Tell me what Black, African American, colored, Hebrew Israelite, Moor, African American, which one of these groups have went down and said, we're not going to let these indigenous people down here? And all of those people that I just named, they mom and daddy from that land. So that's what I mean about the fuck around. Stuff is going on, and all we do is try to identify with another person's culture. I could be wrong, but to continue to do that, it's not a good idea. You're seeing what's going on. You seeing what's going on. Ain't gonna be no excuse. You don't know. I don't. When you talk to people, what do you guys talk about? What do you guys say? Because I can tell you what I see. Oh, and it shouldn't be in no secrecy and all that uh bullshit that hide and shit. No, man, you gotta make stuff known so people can know how to react. If it's a Bigfoot, let's see it. I think people will. I think people will adapt. Or are they just bullshit stories you've written up to make people scared? Like you've been doing it since Frankenstein, the Wolf Man, all your art. What is art? Art is which is pleasing to help support life. That's why people have art, pictures in their house, pictures of trees, words, live, life, love, you know, things that they want around them all the time. That's art. That's art. Everybody wants that. Where you don't have to deal with the rigmarole, how you say that? Rigmarole of everyday life. What is the art in the culture that you wanted to integrate into? What is the art? Horror, killing, that's all it does. That's all it does. Killing. And we love it. We love it. So shut up whining because this is the stuff that you let your kids ingest. Buying them video games and all that shit. So where I come from, the women didn't play that shit. You ain't sitting down watching no guy playing no goddamn game. I hear it's happenstance now. I hear it's bigger than you think. Playing games. The fuck around. So those days are at an end. I mean, you can keep doing it, keep going down that mountain hole, but uh from a community that's trying to maintain the balance and continue the continuance on this planet, you have to know better. You know, no, it's just something that comes with the planet. So you see how these babies that are coming in now, and then you've been seeing them, and I've been seeing them too in person. These kids are like really highly developed, highly developed, I'm talking about not just the way they look, not just what they doing, because many of you did the same thing. I'm talking about their ability to understand and comprehend things. See, nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about that. So, got to pay attention to what's going on in front of us, what you're hearing, what the people looking like, what they feeling like. Talk to your friends, all of them. Just call up and see what's happening. The ones you haven't spoken to in a while. See what's happening, and you'll get a better a view of what's going on with the world through other people's eyes and other people's experiences. Cool. So listen, you guys enjoy your Monday. Um, Hopefully it rains a couple more days. Rain is good. You guys have a good day. Peace out.